Yo, 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 it's your boy. You already know what this is. It's my favorite. Another tier list. Hell yeah. So, let's just get into this because it's gonna take an absolute while. The description will have all the stuff I want to say about it because I'm not gonna remember everything here. So, without further ado, let's go. Alright. The tiers are them, bat code, cat chest, bat chest, mid, useless, and disappear. Let's go. Alright. Traveler. Every traveler is pretty much useless. I'm just gonna combine them all because I don't care. Every traveler, pretty much useless. Or what I could do is, this is every other traveler, and this is Dendro Traveler. Dendro Traveler is useless. It's not disappear. Because if you're broke, you could use Dendro Traveler. But other than that, no. Alright. Jean. With Furina, Jean is actually not terrible anymore. So she goes in cat chest because VV healer is pretty good now. Lisa is disappear. She does nothing, so move on. Amber, disappear, she does nothing, so move on. Noah got a slight buff with Furina, but she's still over here in mid. I'd probably put her in useless, but now she's mid. Barbara is disappear. Now for the first controversial one, Sucrose is kind of worthless. There's no real team. There's no good team, or any relevant team where she's usable. So honestly, I just put her in useless next to Dendro Traveler because they're honestly the same unit. If you're broke, and if you're a new player, then maybe you can use them. Fischl is a hard one. Because she's just not as good as the best options, so she goes there. Let's see. Mona is useful on one team, and it's a bad team, so let's do that. Kea, I don't really know what to say about Kea. He's just bad, so I guess you could just go there, dude. I really don't know what to say about this guy. He just sucks. Diluc actually got slightly better with Furina, but not that good. So I'd say I'd put you there. Razor is useless. Better than these guys, but still useless. Bennett. Now, I haven't really decided on how this tier list is gonna end up. At the end, once everything is in there and stuff. But Bennett fell off. Not because of Dendro. Bennett was still good during Dendro. Bennett fell off now. Because the only real team that Bennett wants... Put him here for a second. The only real teams Bennett wants is Lyney. What else? Dehya. Lyney is good. International sucks. Ryan Hyper sucks. Who else uses Bennett? Risley is good, but I have a feeling that the Bennett version of that team is not as good as it could be. But it is good, but not as good. So honestly, I think Bennett just fell off. He's just not that good anymore. Previously, I would have Bennett up there in the top 5 with the them category, but I just don't think he's that relevant anymore. So yeah. So Bennett fell off. Let's go. Next one, Ningguang is terrible. Beto works on one spread team with El Haytham, and that team sucks. Just play Quick Loom. And she works on Bergen, which sucks. So yeah, put her there out of respect because I like her, but yeah. Kuching has Aggravate, also known as Official Hyper Carry. She does nothing. She's worse than pretty much every other option. Even just like playing a random 4-star and that team is better. Oppa Shangling is let's put her here for now because she has Lyney, and that's about it. That's her only good contribution. Lyney and like one Risley team, and I don't really like that Risley team as much. Chongyun is just go there. He did nothing. Xingchu's or Xingchu's, you know. Xingchu's over here is a kind of a weird pick because he's good, but a huge but he's just not as good as he used to be. And the more I use him, the more I realize that I really hate using him. Because he's just worse than Yelan. In every team he's in, Yelan just does more DPS at just, you know, C0 or 0. If you get Elegy, Yelan is just like even better, right? And then if you get C2 Yelan, she's just so much better. So I really don't understand what Xingqiu's does. Like, what's the point of using Xingqiu's? And people say that that Xingqiu's is good because he gives interruption resistance and defensive utility over Yelan. I've heard some takes from people that I will not name that C6 Yelan havers would rather use Xingqiu's over their C6 Yelan because he provides defensive utility. Someone has made that claim that Xingqiu's, some people prefer using Xingqiu's over a C6 Yelan because of defensive utility, right? That take. I just want to say, if you say that, and then you undervalue Zhongli, I think you're a hypocrite. I think if you think that Xingqiu's is better than Yelan because of defensive utility, and you say Zhongli's bad because he only has defensive utility, I think that's kind of hypocritical. While you could make the claim that, well, Zhongli is Geo and Xingqiu's is Hydro, and, you know, he's a better element, that's why Zhongli's bad, because he's Geo, he doesn't provide anything but defensive utility, while Xingqiu's, you know, he can give offensive utility. That's also wrong because Yelan gives more offensive utility, so why would the defensive utility matter if you're doing more damage? A couple, you know, theory crafters I know of say that defensive utility is worthless, and then they will praise Xingqiu's for having defensive utility, and they will praise Kokomi for having defensive utility, even though Yelan is better in every situation than them. So, you know, I'm just saying, Xingqiu's not that good anymore. I think Xingqiu's fell off. I think you're just there. Let's move on. Alright, Chi-Chi's just worthless. Venti's a weird subject because right now in the first half he's not bad. But it's just the teams that work with him, like you would have to play Neuvillette. You would play like a Neuvillette for an Venti and Baiju or something. I don't really like that team, obviously. So, you know, it's whatever. Like, the teams that work with Venti are just, like, not as good anymore. So I'd say he's in mid. Like, assuming that, you know, it's like an okay Abyss for him, like it is currently, I'd say he's in mid right there. Kali is just, like, the default Mono Pyro DPS, whatever. Child massively fell off. International sucks. You're still better than Xingqiu's, though. Diona, you do healer that gives EM. That's whatever. Zhongli is the default defensive option. Doesn't really work with Furina though, and it's kind of annoying, but it is whatever. I think you're just like there. I'd rather use Zhongli over Xingqiu's if there was a choice between them. So yeah. Xinyan actually got better with Furina. Vape charge attack for Xinyan is now like not as garbage. So yeah. Albedo just keeps getting more and more useless. I just go there. He does nothing. He's garbage. Ganyu. What do you do again? You're like Lyney but worse. So yeah, you could stay there. Xiao is pretty good. He's a pretty good just an emo DPS. He has good AoE, he has good mobility, he has good damage. He's just there. Hu Tao is just like I wanna say she got better with Furina, but she's still kind of average. So I don't really know why I would care. Just like slightly better than international, let's just say that. Rosaria's just garbage. I don't care anymore. Crit rate, yeah. That used to be important, but not really. It doesn't matter. Yanfei is like here. She can vape for some funnies. Eula got better with Furina. And she's not as terrible anymore. She's like playable. Kazuha is the best unit in the game still, not even close. So yeah, he gives massive damage amp while being universal with every element, while having grouping, while having a really good C1 and C2, while having a pretty decent weapon option for Freedom Zone, and having an even better weapon option with Shifus. And if you're kind of broke, you can use Fav, but it doesn't matter because you're gonna pull Shifus and you're gonna pull Freedom Zone. So I'm just saying, Kazuha, pretty much the best character in the game. He's universal for mono teams. He does everything he needs to do in any reaction team, like any vape teams. With C2, he can work in transformative teams, but why would you bother? You're not really using an emo unit in transformative teams unless you're playing Salad. And Salad sucks ass. I don't know why you would ever want to play Salad. Or like microwaves. Microwaves double Geo double Pyro. Like curry or whatever the fuck, or air fry or some shit. Like no man, those teams suck. Ayaka fell off. Freeze doesn't matter. Yeah, go be with your mid friend there. Yeah, Ayaka fell off. Freeze doesn't matter anymore. She just got power crept in her only good role. So yeah, it is what it is. Yoimiya, Furina made her slightly better, but not that much better. So I think you just kind of go there now. Let's see, Sayu, a Nemo healer, right? So you just instantly get points for that. Like a Nemo healer now is like a good thing you want. Like it always has been a good thing you wanted, but now especially so. Nemo healers are like the stocks have risen, my boys. It's bullish. It's time to sell. Raiden, the Raiden Shogun. She's pretty shit now. I really don't. Yeah. Raiden Hyper sucks. Raiden National sucks, and Double Hydra Hyper Boom Raiden also sucks. Just use Kuki, guys. Just use Kuki. The defensive option. Kuki's better, right? Sora's just worthless. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't buff a single good character. Kokomi is guys, she's a healer she double hydro and healing and all that stuff. No, that's just not correct. So let's just stop doing that. I'm not ranking Alloy. The only character that's good in Bergen, I don't really care. Just go to useless. You work in Bergen, you work in like some Wanderer teams, maybe some Zhao teams, but it's just like so completely worthless and not worth mentioning. Ito, I've soured on Ito quite a lot recently. It's just like he doesn't do that much damage. So I think he's better than everyone here. So you go here, and then Goro. I hate Goro. If Goro was just a bit better, Ito would be so much better. Like 40 crit damage. Why? It should have been 60. It always was. It should have just been 60. his defensive buff is just not that good. His healing is just not good enough for Furina. Like his healing, they really didn't plan out for Furina. Obviously, that's like two whole regions later they released Furina, but like his healing sucks. His healing is there to just keep you topped up so that you don't die. Like you just don't get like one shot when you're low HP because like you're using a shield and stuff, whatever. So like it's so brainless what they did to Goro. He should have buffed more. He should have buffed better. He should have buffed for a longer duration. He doesn't even last Ito's full duration. That's the sad part. Sarah lasts Raiden's full duration because of how her burst works. Like her burst works so that the last hit that procs, like as you're switching, it hits and Raiden can get the full duration. But Goro doesn't give full duration to Ito, which is insane. Actually insane. So I don't know what they were thinking, but yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Do I want you there? Is Ito as good as international? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Shenhe is the premier cryo buffer. Her buffing is really good. The problem with Shenhe is that she had to work with like Ayaka and Ganyu as the only good cryo units for like a long time. So now that there's a replacement for them, like Shenhe's actually gotten some value now. Yunjin is completely worthless. I don't, yeah. Yae is slightly better than Fischl. Not the best Electro, but better than Fischl definitely. I think you kinda maybe go here. Yeah. Kamisoto Artsuyu got kind of significantly buffed by Furina. I think Mr. Kamisoto Artsuyu is better. He will clear in seven rotations now. I think he's better than Yoimiya, better than Eula, better than Raiden Fischl. I think you're about here. I think you're better than Ito as well. Yeah, you're definitely better than Raiden. Yeah. I like this. I like domain expansion. He will clear in 6 rotations, guys. Don't worry about it. It's time for the next unit of them. It's Yelan. She's good. She's better than Xingqiu's in every situation. She outdamages Xingqiu's in every situation. She has better buffing than Xingqiu's. And that's all you really need to know. She has better vertical investment than Xingqiu's. So you know what? Yeah, that as well. Now this is gonna be tough for me because I love the character. I hate the kit, but it's still a really good kit. So I'm thinking I put her in bad code. I was gonna put them in them, put her in them, but no, I don't really know. Nah. Hazel is just like he will do the screenshot and that's it. Rat is mid because there's just so much better options in his role being the one better option. Kole sucks ass. Dory is actually usable now because oh whoop-de-doo, she heals. Dory's better than you, better than Yanfei, better than Ganyu, better than Ayaka, Cleve, and yeah, I like Dory more than Diluc. I think C6 Dory is like a pretty good DPS now. Cedar got slightly buffed, but is Sino better than Yoimiya? Yeah. Eula, maybe Raiden. Definitely better than Raiden. Better than Fischl. Ito, yeah. Better than Yae. Yeah. I think he's there. Candace the Goat. I would say she got buffed, but she didn't, so you just go and use You're better than Sucrose. Put you in mid. There we go. You can stay with your friend there. Nilo kinda doesn't do much anymore. I feel like her AoE niche currently is just not that good. the non-grouping AoE, so it's like just not as good. So I think you're here currently. All you really need is like a really good second Hydro, and she's just about like perfect. So yeah. Nahida's yeah, she's pretty much, she is the I unlock Dendro as an element character. Dendro without her is just useless. I wouldn't say useless, but just pretty bad. And then Dendro with her is very good. So yeah, she makes Dendro like significantly viable. Lila is the shielder. Wanderer, the AFUMEDO. AFUMEDO here is outdamaged by Xiao, outdamaged by you, worse than Hu Tao. Worse than Hu Tao? I don't know about worse than Hu Tao. Definitely worse than like Nilu. Pretty much on the same level as Sino. Yeah, pretty much on the same level as Sino. Worse than Yae. Worse than Ito. Official, I don't know. Worse than Raiden, definitely. Like not even close. On the level of Eula, yeah. On the level of Yoimiya, yeah. And then I think I'm just gonna put Hu Tao a bit lower. Farazan, the GOAT, goes to Zhao, because absolute beast of a unit. I can't believe they released Farazan like, what is it, one patch after Candace? It's hilarious. We have the best DPS in the game. Spoilers. It's Alhaitham. He does a lot of damage, and he's flexible, and that's it. All you need to know. Yao Yao heals. Dehya is still honestly pretty shit. Like it doesn't, like, with the release of Furina, she got slightly better, but not that good. So you're about here. I think you're about here. And yeah. Do you look better or worse? I think maybe still better. Mika does nothing. Absolutely worthless. Baiju got pretty good stocks with the release of Furina. And like Nilu, so yeah. You're just like there. Like healer, shielder. Yeah. It's pretty okay with like good element. Yeah. Get down there. Now Roddy Rich is actually not that bad. I think Roddy Rich can put out some impressively funny numbers, and she can shield and she blocks chests. That's yeah. Lyney, you crack DPS. You just go there. Just yeah, very cracked DPS. Lynette is polar opposite, pretty much worthless. Freminette is funny sometimes. That's about it. Let's fix this. There we go. Oh, come on the fly text support there we go. Nouvelle is like worse than Alhaitham. I'd say worse than Zhao. On the level of definitely on the level of Lyney, yeah. Risley is pretty good. You're better than International. So yeah, you're better than International. Definitely better than these options. Is Jean better? Yeah, Jean is better than International. Better than Hu Tao? Yeah, better than Hu Tao. Yep. Furina. This is gonna be kind of, I don't know, man. At C0, she's like here, somewhere here. At like C2, it's just like, yeah, like she's good, but I think putting her like right here is about fair. And Charlotte is mid. She heals a lot. Let me expand on Furina actually. So the thing with C0 is that when you look at the accounts when you look at your account and you see your options, you have to wait. Like you have to look at your options and like see what you actually have. So Furina on my account doesn't do anything because my account is just not built for Furina. Like, my account isn't that good for Furina, and like that's fair. You know, I shouldn't judge Furina poorly because my account is just not that good for Furina. When I look at other accounts, I also realize, wait, Furina at C0 is kind of a side, like a side grade to Yelan in some situations, and a downgrade to other options in like a lot of situations. So when I look at Alhaitham, a C0 Furina with like a C0 RR0 Alhaitham, I look at him and I just think, why am I not playing Yelan and Elegy in this situation instead of like a C1 Furina? So like, yeah, the fanfare stacks and whatever, it's fine, but just I'm losing HP to do like very similar damage for no reason, and I'm putting like I'm losing a lot for I'm losing HP to do slightly less damage. Even compared to Xingqiu's in Haitham teams, I'm losing a lot of Hyperbolims to do very comparable damage. And this time I am actually losing a lot of comfort because I'm losing the damage reduction and interruption resistance for a character that drains my HP. And Kuki sucks. Like Kuki's healing is really bad. So I'm losing a lot of comfort by placing in Furina instead of like any other Hydro. And then I go down the list. I look at Zhao. I would like, if my Furina is not C2, I would rather play Zhao with like, I don't know, a Zhongli, a grouper like Kazuha, any sub DPS ever. I don't know. I would rather, if I have C4 Jean, I would rather play C4 Jean than Furina. Then I look at Nuvolette. If I don't have Nuvolette C1, Furina is just not that good for him. It makes the setup easier, but it also forces me to use a healer. So I would have to play like Nuvolette, at C0 Nuvolette, I would have to play Nuvolette Furina. And then like, I would have to play Jean and Zhongli, or I would have to play like Kazuha or Baiju, or like Venti and Baiju. And I don't think I really have to say how much I don't want to do that. Now when I look at Lyney, I would rather play Lyney Bennett Xiangling and Zhongli, or I would rather play Lyney Bennett Kazuha Zhongli. None of these teams include Furina because I'm losing a shielder to do not that much more damage, if any damage at all. And for that shielding, for Lyney, the shielding is really important. For Risley, I would I like Furina with Risley. I think Furina really does buff Risley, so yeah, that's good. I want to experiment with a team like Risley, Furina, Shenhe, and then Jean, or like Charlotte or something. I want to see what that's like before I really, put my foot down and say, holy shit, boys, this is great. Then I go down the list. Child doesn't get helped by Furina at all. Nilu doesn't get helped by Furina, like, at all. Now, Hutao does get helped, but it's like not... Hutao is just not that good. Ayato gets helped a lot, Sino gets helped a lot, Yai isn't untouched, Ito gets like barely better. Fischl is untouched, Ren's untouched, Eula gets really helped. The AFUMEDO is not really that helped. I know a couple of people were selling Furina Mika, and that turned out very well, didn't it? Yomi gets slightly helped. Like, Dori gets helped a lot. Diluc gets helped like a lot. Dehya is like usable now. Shinyan is usable now. Candace is like, slightly better. Noel is like slightly better. Well, slightly, I say slightly better, but she's a lot better. But still not that good. Ayaka is just like not that good. Ganyu's not that good. Kali doesn't get helped. She doesn't. She's still mono pyro. Yanfei gets helped, but it's Yanfei. Who cares? Rat doesn't really get helped. You can play Quick Loom, but just like he's just not as good. He's just he doesn't compete. Rowdy Rich is like okay. Charlotte's just the healer. And these options, they suck with or without Furina. So I I don't like Furina's like the way they designed her. I think making her like build up damage without HP drain would have been like fine. I think shoehorning in HP drain as like the new little like design philosophy that they're going for, it just kind of sucks because now I have to run units in like a different way than I wanted to run them. So I just won't play Furina now, and that's just it. It's sad because I do like Furina. I like her character, but her kit is just annoying. So yeah, we rambled for like half an hour or something. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and AFUMEDO, remember, my opinion is correct and you are wrong, and all that shit. Stay safe. Pull Navia. What else? I don't know. Go AFUMEDO. Yeah, that's the one. Go AFUMEDO.